2 to 6 p.m. on June 18th, or order on the app and get it anytime, all day. Steal a game, steal a taco.
Welcome to the season finale of NBA 2K TV. I'm Alexis Morgan.
And I'm Chris Manning. In this very special episode, we're breaking down each mode of the game and giving you...
Yo, what's up, Brady? Yeah, I've been in here, baby. Brady, you trying to play? I've only played one game of like Blacktop. That's it. Oh, you're not home? Damn. Damn. Can't do shit. Bro, these controls feel way different than last 2K played. Hey, what's up, bro? Let me turn off these. Your best, bro. Damn it. That's a bad shot. I'm getting tore up right now. Maybe just a little bit. Someone play some 2K with somebody that plays on. Get dunked on. Yeah, man. Who do you like fishing? Yeah, I like fishing. I don't want to go fishing. I haven't went fishing in so long. But you had that all day. Damn, that's beautiful. Yeah, I haven't been to Galveston in a long time. I used to go down there about once a year, but I haven't been in a while. Pier 61 is a place to go. Yeah, I might go down there. Probably go down there next summer. Take some vacation time, go down there. How's that a read? Come on. Well, that's bad when you get packed by Curry. Dude, the movement's like really delayed after. The movement's like really delayed after a pump fake. It's kind of annoying. Why won't let me get around after a pump fake? It's annoying. That was just fun. Oh my god. This game's gonna piss me off. dunking on this. Yeah, it's super slow. Like, I don't understand that. Like, normally if you're able to pump fake someone like that, you can get around them quick. Kind of defeats the purpose. It's like they completely block you when they pump fake. Okay, I see you, Westbrook. Try actual game, see how it goes. Just a regular game. Yeah, I noticed that. I tried to do like a few different crossovers and it wasn't working.
For the winners, we have some amazing prizes. First, how about 5?
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. And Oklahoma City is where we'll be going just moments from now, as the Thunder will be going up against the Portland Trail Blazers. Taking a look at the Trail Blazers,
It's time for some hoops at the Chesapeake Energy Arena, home of the Thunder here in downtown Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And we're going to bring it to you live on 2K Sports. Glad to have you with us and we've got time for a quick.
Well, guys, undisputed.
LDA, you can't get much higher praise than that. Thanks. And featuring two of the best bigs in the league, Brent, how impactful is the center position now compared to the way it used to be?
Well, one of the things that I think people are still dealing with is just how divergently different the center position has become in the game. And to think that these guys, in what they're asked to do, has just as much importance of the Patrick Ewings, the Akeem Olajuwons, the low post, big-time scorers back to the basket. The modern-day center, Kevin, isn't doing that. It's a roll to the basket, rim protection game, and there are some elite ones doing it now.
Wired a little bit differently than guys of the past.
They have to be. On top of that, some of the teams are even asking those players, obviously, to step out and shoot the three-point shot. So modern-day game, modern-day play.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Lillard and McCollum, the deadly backcourt pairing. Nurkic is out there with Aminu, and it's Harkless in at the 3 spot. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
I didn't change any settings. I didn't change like any of the gameplay. It's on pro.
And Russell Westbrook. He is a standard bearer for the Jordan brand with his own signature shoe, Greg. Few players have ever been as competitive as Michael Jordan, but you think Westbrook may be in that conversation.
No doubt about it. The similarities don't end there. The surreal athleticism, the will to dominate, and that fire finding grudges to motivate them to their highest level. I think there's a kinship in how MJ and Russ approach the game.
Is this basketball or volleyball? Nurkic with the spike.
The Trailblazers have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Now here's Harkless. He's covered closely.
Yeah, they're a little bit cold here. 0 for 4 to get this one going.
Westbrook kicks to Adams.
Come on, Adams. You gotta hit those.
Robertson the pass to Adams. In the corner, George with it. And he's good on the 3-ball. George has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. For the Trailblazers, it's been a slow start here. 6-point game. Lillard, right side. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
Robertson kicks to Grant. It's George on the wing. And George with the stuff.
Yeah, I'd be aware of Paul George, especially when he's that close. How about that throwdown?
Portland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Lillard finds McCollum. Portland again missing. Here's Oklahoma City now. They've got an 8-0 run. Westbrook against Lillard. The pass to Grant. Adams outside. Clock at 4. George. And the lead now. Double digits on that bucket. George has got 7.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
And I'm loving what I'm seeing. The passion that they're playing with up and down the floor.
So timeout called here. The first for Portland.
PG played his first 7 seasons in Indiana with the Pacers and guided them to 2 Eastern Conference Finals appearances. And that playoff PG moniker that he came up with, it holds true if you look at the numbers. And when the Pacers were about to rebuild, I think Paul George let them know that he was willing to move on to continue his career somewhere else.
Oklahoma City leading by 10. Adams dishes to George. Pass to Robertson. Over to the wing. Here's Westbrook. And there's the big-time jam as he slams it right over Nurkic.
You got your scorecard out, Kevin. That might be a 50, or are we going 100 or 1,000? Westbrook with a unique combination of power and athleticism.
That instant replay brought to you by Under Armour Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive the unleashing of chaos that time. A lot of fans in Indiana upset with Paul George for deciding to leave. Do they have a point, Brent, or is that unfair?
I think it's a little unfair, Kevin. 7 great years from Paul George. Obviously had to recover from the leg injury and came back strong. But PG wanting to go somewhere where he could win a title. And that's a decision that every player has to make. PG thought somewhere else he might have that opportunity and maybe more chances to do so.
And a new group in here for the Thunder. Noel's checked in for Steven Adams. Morris comes in for Jeremy Grant. Terrence Ferguson's checked in for Robertson. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Russell Westbrook. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor checked in for Aminu. Turner comes in for Maurice Harkless. Rodney Hood's checked in for C.J. McCollum. And Curry subbed in for Lillard.
Nothing discourages Schroeder when he's driving towards the rim. Does not see things in his way, and he has no problem taking hits on the way. A lot of high hopes for Schroeder when he signed his 4-year deal back in 2016. His development hasn't continued at a high level, at least high enough for some people to take notice. So shooting from a distance, still an issue for the young point guard.
And Portland making a change here. Collins is checked in. Turner with it. George picks him up. Hood deciding where to go with it. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep,
We'll
that's
put deal
it.
for
So
it.
they'll get the basket.
No, right now.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
On the wing, Morris. Here's Ferguson, covered by Hood. Pass to George. Tries from 10, and that one drops. George has got 9.
I think everything
Well,
that
with
you're not
Schroeder, he
playing is
just
trash.
isn't
Isaac.
consistent enough from three-point range as point guards need to be today.
Well, last season was just a shade under the 30% range. He's still a great scorer by slashing and going to the rim, but that's going to tire you out. Teams back off and make you prove it. See if Dennis can find some consistency from that range to be more dangerous.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Curry gets the bucket.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Schroeder up top, guarded by Curry. On the wing, Morris. Schroeder against Curry. Ferguson, the pass to George. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Outside Hood.
Whatever I go.
"11 seconds left here in the first quarter. Takes the 3. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. It's the Thunder up by 11. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter.
I don't think that's how the saying goes. Let's break them ankles.
Russell Westbrook is surly disposition on the court, but he talks about the power.
Throughout the years, I've been trying to.
Well, you can't win it alone.
And for superstar players like Westbrook, individual greatness isn't enough. It's about elevating the team around them.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a very convincing performance from the Thunder so far.
Breaking everything.
Cleaning the glass. I mean, right from the jump. And that really helped them to set the tone.
I think you said it. If you start off playing physical, Greg, there's kind of the attention of the referees and the opponent that they're coming at them all night long.
Dennis Schroeder is out there with Felton. Then there's Markieff Morris. Then it's Noel. And it's Ferguson in at the 3 spot. That's the group for Oklahoma City getting going here in the second.
Russell Westbrook with 2 straight seasons, 2, of averaging a triple-double. This is a feat that we thought we would never see again. And Russell backed up the one campaign with another. Just remarkable stuff.
Here's Hood. Good work defensively by Morris.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
And trust me, Dennis Schroeder would love to score the basketball, but his ability to set up his teammates is also effective.
And the Thunder placing so much, Brent, on Westbrook's shoulders. It's asking a lot.
It's asking a lot. I'm not sure how much Russell actually feels it. He just goes out and continues to put up just staggering, eye-popping numbers. And to get where they want to go, I think they're going to have to find a way to complement him in some way. And he's going to have to trust in those teammates in order to push the envelope a bit.
And a new group in here for the Thunder. Adams, he's checked in for Noel. Grant comes in for Morris. Robertson, he's checked in for Terrence Ferguson. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Aminu comes in for Zach Collins. McCollum's checked in for Turner. And Lillard subbed in for Seth Curry. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. 6 to shoot. Over Felton. And with that, the Thunder lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Damian Lillard.
So we just see this time and time again from Damian Lillard, a quality decision on the pick and roll.
Back to Westbrook from the arc. The basket is good. That's his 6th attempt and his 3rd make.
And that's good stuff from him. Nice touch.
McCollum outside. To the middle. Here's Nurkic. And finished off by Nurkic.
On the ball.
CJ, such an effective
I don't think you
two-guard,
can
not
do
just
that.
a shooter and a great shooter at that, but a capable passer when his teammates are open.
Outside Westbrook. Back to Grant. Westbrook feeling it out a bit. Over McCollum. And Oklahoma City again with the bucket. You love a good mid-range game. We don't see it that much, but I know you have a couple guys you think have a pretty strong mid-range game.
You know, Chris Paul still has dominated the mid-range, Kevin. It was interesting because him joining the Houston Rockets, who it's all about threes and layups. Daryl Morey, I think, recognized we need somebody that can come off the pick and roll and make those kind of plays happen, not only at the rim for Capella, but shoot it himself. So Chris Paul still dominates in the mid-range. Kawhi Leonard has shown some skills at the mid-range, even though last year, obviously, just 9 games. He's still a dangerous weapon. It'll be interesting to see if that's still part of his arsenal for this season. And then C.J. McCollum has been one of the best mid-range scorers in the league for the Portland Trailblazers over the past couple of seasons.
Nurkic finds McCollum, and the layup's good off the glass. McCollum's got 5 points now this quarter.
And good passing.
Are you
Setting
just
up a
saying the
lot of
first
these
thing that comes to your
buckets
head or
right
something?
now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Westbrook passes to Robertson. Out to the right wing. Passes it to Westbrook. A 3 ball. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Nurkic has got 5 rebounds tonight from 13, and the shot is long.
You can't afford to let guys get comfortable there. The defense somehow avoided that shot from going in. A good job on the glass there, working hard to establish position and put himself in a great spot to come away with that rebound.
And Andre Robertson is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. George is checked in for Oklahoma City. And a switch here also for Portland. Harkless is checked in. Aminu dishes to Harkless. Off target with the open look. Oklahoma City leading by 5. Outside Westbrook. And it's Grant in the corner. Puts up a 3. Drills the 3-pointer. Grant's
You got in
got
trouble
5.
so you can't play?
Wow, Jeremy Grant
Why?
continuing
What'd
to
you
work
do?
on his game, stretching it out to the 3-point line.
McCollum kicks to Harkless. Nurkic. Adams, some nice D. Oklahoma City has gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Westbrook against Lillard. Westbrook finds Robertson. Left side, George. Shot clock at 5. And Harkless pulls it down. Trailblazers trail by 8. There's the pass to Lillard. .23 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Oklahoma City has gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Inside, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by
You're
George.
fighting your dad?
That's just not a good
That's not
pass. I
smart.
don't know what he's thinking there.
Why are you
A
fighting
poor
your dad?
decision.
We've got 13 seconds left to play here in the half. Now here's McCollum. Chalk up 2 there. He's got 7.
Just like it when he gets in there. McCollum using his wingspan to take advantage.
Here's Schroeder. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And that concludes. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome. An outstanding first quarter for Paul George. He had 11 points and 3 rebounds. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
Well, they showed a lot of discipline on offense, called some high percentage plays. Even when the defense devised different looks, they always seem
And that's going to do it.
Picking up beans with your... What the hell does that mean?
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Paul George really making a difference here.
Yeah, good things happen when you maintain composure. Their shot selection has been extremely disciplined.
Hey, Greg, is there a shot that he's taken that has been out of the flow of the offense? I don't think so. Well, it's not a secret that the strength of this ball club is in the backcourt. Damian Lillard, C.J. McCollum, these are one of the better pairings in the league in terms of their scoring, playmaking, and devastation that they can provide on the offensive end. Unfortunately, it has not gotten them to the point where they've gotten enough complementary players to go as far as they would like in the postseason.
On the floor for Portland, Lillard the 1 with McCollum at the 2. Harkless is out there with Aminu, and it's Nurkic in at the 5, roaming the paint. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Yeah, still moving a little bit when he set that screen. He'll argue that he was set, but I really didn't think so.
No, that's a good call. Just keep arguing with the officials because they change that call all the time. Not.
Aminu, the pass to Nurkic. Lillard outside. The tray, and the call will be against Jusuf Nurkic. That's his first foul. The Thunder leading by 8. Outside Westbrook. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Here's Robertson. He's guarded by McCollum. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's George finishing it off.
Well, once Paul George gets in that deep, get out of the way. He's coming right at you.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
In
addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Over in the corner, Harkless. To the middle, here's Aminu, and he banks in the layup. Aminu's got his first points in this one.
Sleepy right now.
And a nice effort inside by Aminu, improving his shot selection through the years.
George dishes to Westbrook. And it's Grant in the corner. Pass to Robertson. It's George on the wing, defended by Harkless. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
Well, few have more job security in the NBA than Terry Stotts. Consistently gets a ton out of his Portland Trail Blazer team. They run a very intricate and unique offense now in his 7th year with the Blazers. They've had a lot of success under Coach Stotts.
And a wide open look for Hood. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up.
The range for Rodney Hood is there. And shots like this demonstrate that he's capable.
And Adams kicks to Felton. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. For 3, Westbrook. Rebound by the Trailblazers. And with Terry Stotts last year, there were some rumblings about his job after the sweep.
Might have been a bit of a knee-jerk reaction. Remember, Portland slid into that 3rd seed with how close it was in the Western Conference, and that might have added a bit more pressure. But Portland does not have a lot of flexibility with their roster. Somehow Terry Stotts gets to 50 wins in any given year. So it might have been a poor decision, and they saw through that, and he's back for this season.
It's a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, the league has unveiled a 5-point plan to improve player-referee relations. Things became heated last season with a lot of star players ejected for arguing with officials. The emphasis on respect and clear standards of conduct on both sides can only help. Kevin?
Very good point, David. Completely agree. Thanks. Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Nerlens Noel checks in for Adams. Morris comes in for Grant. Ferguson's checked in for Russell Westbrook. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Raymond Felton. Lillard finds Curry. Here's Collins. Pass to Cannon. Out to Turner for the lead. It's hauled in by George. George has got 5 rebounds tonight.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Zach Collins, the Gonzaga product, one that the Blazers moved up in the draft to acquire because they just felt he would be optimal in this kind of offense, especially playing alongside dynamic guards. And they brought him along slowly last year, and towards the end of the season showed great potential.
Curry gets the bucket.
One of the better shots in his arsenal.
Yeah,
someone has to rotate.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
Yeah, it's a good time to talk things over. Try to stop what's been a brutal run.
Yeah, he's got to use every device at his disposal at this point, and I think he wants to give other guys a breather right now.
I'm sorry.
There's a minute 34 left in the third quarter of the game. Curry against Schroeder. In the corner, George with it. To end the cold streak.
Come on,
you can't hit that time.
Right now, George.
Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
And Damian Lillard has always been an incredible scorer. His range and ability to create let him carry the load on offense, and has also stepped up as a vocal leader for this team, has grown into that role the last few seasons.
Andre Robertson, he's checked in for Ferguson. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Harkless is checked in for Turner.
Come on, man.
Morris, no good. Portland leading by 3. Lillard from outside. And no good that time.
He can't make a thing out there right now, guys. If he keeps this up, don't be surprised if his team gives up this lead.
To the left wing. Here's Robertson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, there's no doubt he's known for defense and rebounding, but you have to admire the work Robertson has put in improving his shooting stroke.
He's off on the first. McCollum's checked in for Lillard. So neither attempt will fall that time for him.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Yeah, I bought it last night.
Good.
Well, he's a great shooter who can just make plays for others. McCollum with a nice assist that time.
Here's Schroeder. He dreams the quick shot.
They couldn't make a shot.
And with those points, he's able to stop a 15-0 run by Portland.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Cullen passes to Curry. It's rebounded by Schroeder.
The defense, not so good. And when you're deep inside like that, you got to come through.
And the dunk by Robertson.
Yeah, Robertson rising up and stretching out a bit to throw one in.
Curry outside, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. It's the Trailblazers. They finish off the third quarter on a 15-4 run. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Yeah, sometimes that's what can separate some of the best players, not just creating for yourself, but creating for others as well.
That's not even where I was trying to fucking pass it, bro.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. A moment now to reset the lineup.
I bought it last night, Justin. It was only $3, so I was like, fuck it.
Fourth quarter. So for Oklahoma City right now, Robertson and George fill out the wings. Morris is out there with Steven Adams. And it's Schroeder in at the 1.
Whenever Schroeder sees a hole in the defense, he is ferocious in how he exploits it.
It's good. And it's 7 points for Rodney Hood.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
It's George on the wing.
Come on, George. Oh my God, George can't make shit right now.
That time from Hood. And a wide open look for McCollum, and the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Schroeder kicks to Morris. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder.
And that's why Schroeder has a spot in the rotation. Coach recognizes his passing ability. He sets up his teammates well.
Curry finds McCollum. Harkless on the wing. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. McCollum, one of the best shooters in the NBA. Any range, Brent, any shot, he can knock it down.
Yeah, a little bit of a down year in 18 for Lillard, but the way that he can score and the efficiency with which he can score is just remarkable. I really like to watch the pace he plays with, Kevin. I mean, he finds spots on the floor to get to.
Finally, God
has
damn.
that length and kind of never sped up sort of mentality.
Okay, I'll send
on
it
the
to you in
offensive
just a
end
minute.
becomes very, very dangerous.
Kicks to Harkless. Portland moving the ball around. Hood with it, now defended by Adams. Left side, George. And the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant one foul.
And Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on him.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time.
Exactly what I needed.
And Jeremy Grant, great genes for the game, Greg. Father was Harvey, uncle was Horace, both NBA players and stars. His brother Jeremy also in the association.
Yeah, and Jeremy might be the best athletic
You love this
of
game?
them all. I mean, 6'8" with that 7'3".
I'm still trying to get used to it, man. It feels a lot different than the older 2K. I haven't played 2K since like 2K17.
He'll have a long and prosperous NBA.
You gonna be on tonight, Justin?
Lillard, the pass to McCollum. He kicks it to Aminu. Back to McCollum. Shot to stop the run. The rebound by Grant.
Well, he's gotten shots up, but they're not finding the rim. The squad's suffering because of it right now. A bit out of rhythm.
Pass to George. And the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That's his third foul of the game. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Robertson dishes to Westbrook. Back to Robertson. Just 5 to shoot.
Bro, it won't let me fucking...
And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation.
Well, time and score, you just can't have a costly error right now at this point in the game, guys.
Trailblazers trail by 3.
Career.
Lillard from outside. Portland keeping it alive. A new 24. Nurkic. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And Oklahoma City called for the foul.
Nurkic with the pump fake does a good job fooling the defender that time.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. A chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Paul George.
And he's had a very good night shooting the basketball. A little over 50% from the field. And a lot of those shots have come against some tight D. That shows the level of his focus and consistency.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David.
Why does it throw to some...
During the break,
Oh my
listened
God,
to
I
Billy
hate...
Donovan's huddle with his team. He told them, hey, this game is there for you, but we got to go get it. 50-50 balls, getting to the basket. We have to give it all right now. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Westbrook kicks to Robertson. Back to Westbrook. over Lillard. Adams trying to free himself up.
Well, he typically carries such a heavy load
Come on, Westbrook.
on offense. Lillard
Fuck
shows
me,
some
man.
energy to get it done on defense as well.
And Jeremy Grant picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Now here's McCollum, guarded closely. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. They've led by as many as 14 points. Here's Westbrook. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. And the Thunder lead by 3.
Well, he's been in these spots before, and you can see Westbrook wants it and comes through.
Lillard scanning the floor. And there's the pass to McCollum. Shoots from the elbow. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. McCollum's got 6 in the quarter.
Man, he was a go-to guy in crunch time in college, and McCollum now has developed that reputation here in the league.
And Robertson has it in the corner. Grant outside. Pass to Adams. 6 on the shot clock. Count it, and the foul.
And one, baby.
Yusuf Nurkic.
How about Steven Adams coming through? Give him a chance.
On the free throw, no good. Trailblazers trail by 3. Here's Harkless. Pass to McCollum. Shoots over Adams, and the basket by McCollum.
And McCollum's pace hasn't changed even under pressure.
And so Westbrook will bring it up for Oklahoma City. Robertson kicks to Westbrook. It's in!
Oh, that is the play of the game.
Nothing more rewarding than hitting the big shot for your team.
Now a timeout called by Portland. They're behind by 3. There's 49 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Lillard up top. He's covered by Westbrook from 11 feet away. Good! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
That's a tip of the cap there, always wanting to take the big shot for his team. Lillard makes more than his fair share.
Grant outside. Back to Westbrook. Here's Robertson. He is guarded by McCollum.
You had a foul to give there, but you'd rather not have it cost your team points.
Damn, way early.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. And he ends up missing both free throws. So, guys, it comes down to this.
Time for your stars to shine.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Stolen by Grant. And they foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the
I can't
basketball
shoot free
back.
throws for shit
And
on
he
that.
cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss.
Jeremy Grant just has such a great combination of athleticism and explosiveness. It's up to him to find familiar spots on the floor and do a good job of playing off his teammates to make an impact on every game that he plays.
Count it! Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They trail by 3. 3 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, what do you think?
And they need a 3 to tie. But look, they've got enough time here to find a good look. They can run a play off the inbounds, make sure they get it in the hands of their best shooter.
High post, Nurkic. Here's Harkless. Oh, he had a chance there to send
Yeah, they
it
won
to
that one.
overtime, but they come up empty-handed. So a close game sees Oklahoma City taking this one. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games.
All right, guys, I'm gonna get off.
So
Let's go over to Taylor's Parents.
And really,
Yeah,
it's
the
like
Father's
a
Day
knife in the
dinner.
gut to lose. You gotta
be back on
love
later, probably play
being
some
on
Fortnite.
edge of your seat and just
I don't know who's
wondering
gonna be on, but we'll
what's
probably
going
on
to
Fortnite
happen.
later.
How is this thing
So
going to play
I
out?
will catch y'all later.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to